We got a brand new online competitive shooter game that released today that looks very similar to Splatoon, but actually plays entirely different. What's Foamstars all about? Is it good? Is it bad? Is it worth your time? Or is it dead on arrival? Let's talk about Foamstars. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video today. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe because we got a bunch more reviews and first impressions of games coming every single time there's a new release. Alright, let's jump into my review of Foamstars. Foamstars is a brand new 4v4 online party shooter game for PS4 and PS5 that uses foam to build terrain, create slippery surfaces to surf around on, defend your team, and most importantly, foam up your opponents. The game is available for free through PS Plus for this month and comes with a couple different game modes, playable characters, and it will have new seasons every 5 weeks. Alright, I hope you guys are ready because I've got a lot to say about this game. Let's start with the gameplay itself. Now, from the trailers and everything they've talked about, a lot of people have mentioned that this game looks and feels a lot like Splatoon. Well, I'm happy to say it does look like it, but it does play completely differently from it. Your goal is not actually to fill up as much foam on the board and whoever has the most wins, like Splatoon, but there are actual game modes in this one, and like I said, you're going to be using the foam to fill up your opponent, and then you got to surf into them and smash them to defeat your opponent. The cool thing too is that you can use the same mechanic to save your friends. So if one of your friends get all bubbled up in a ball from foam, and you slide and smack in them with your surfboard, you can actually save your teammates as well, which is a really cool mechanic. The game modes are 3 right now. One of them is called Smash the Stars, which is the base mode that you can play at any point you want. It's the 4v4. Each team have 7 lives. Once you destroy all 7 lives of your opposing team, one of the players will be selected as the star. If you defeat the star, your team wins. So very cool mechanic. I actually like this one a lot. I had a lot of fun playing. Whenever I became the star, I was very nervous about the idea that like, oh no, I'm the target, so I gotta do everything I can to stay alive. My friends and my teammates can continue respawning, and hopefully they're gonna help me get the win while I'm just running around trying to stay alive as the star. The other 2 modes are timed events. One of them is called Happy Bath Survival, which is another cool one where it's a team of 4 against a team of 4, but only 2 of each players are in the arena, and it's 2v2 trying to defeat the opponent, whereas the other 2 of your team are above the arena or like outside the arena, and they have abilities that are going to help assist on the board. So they can shoot foam across. Obviously, the foam in this game is used to be able to move around way faster because your movement is very slow. But once you get on your surfboard, you can slide very quickly on your own foam. So you want to fill the board up with your foam so you can move a lot faster. That mode was really cool too. It definitely felt like a very nice change of pace. And the last one is called Rubber Duck Party. This is another 4v4 mode where there's a giant rubber duck in the middle of the map, and you're basically, it's like a push the control zone. If you've ever played Overwatch with the robot that's pushing it, very similar to that. There's a giant rubber duck. Whoever has it, that duck's going to go towards the opposing team's base. Whoever pushes it to the other side wins, and you can fight over it. Another cool mechanic is that you can get on top of the duck, and if you emote and you dance on them and you complete your emote, your duck will dash forward, so you'll get a little bit of a buff, but it keeps you vulnerable. You can't move. There's a risk of being damaged. All of these game modes are really fun. There's a ranked mode that's not live yet at the time of recording, but I'm excited to jump back in and at least see if it's any different kind of game modes. There are private games, and they've promised limited time events that are going to be happening through every single season. They have a thing called Happy Friday, so on Friday, there's going to be a special event happening as well. On top of that, there is single player content for every single playable character. There are 8 playable characters at the moment. 6 of them are available from the get-go. One of them gets unlocked as you level up. I think you have to get to level 3 of your profile. And then one of them is available through the season pass. And then they do have more characters coming every single season. Every single character have their own 2 special skills and ultimate ability that you can learn. And then in the single player mode, they each have 3 missions that are playable. And within the single player mode, there's also a thing called the squad mission. So it's a 4-player co-op mode where you and 3 other players team up on a round base or wave based level. So you guys are trying to survive and defend a base as wave of enemies come, and if you can defeat it, you get it. Within that mode, the single player and the squad missions, there's a energy thing that you can upgrade. So that upgrades all your characters. So the more you play in that mode, the more you're going to end up getting a lot of upgrades so that you can try and go from the normal difficulty to the harder difficulty squad missions. Now, let's get to the bads about this game. First things first, I'm gonna tell you guys right away, I enjoyed the gameplay in Foamstars. Every single time I was in a game, the 3 modes, the single player, the squad missions are all super fun. I had a lot of fun playing, defeating them. The problem with every single one of these modes, is especially the main game modes, they are done so freaking fast. I don't think you guys understand how fast paced. I've had at least 10 games that ended before I got to defeat one enemy. They are like 1 minute, sometimes 30-second games. Like, this is super fast paced. Not every single one of them. Obviously, some of the modes can last a little bit longer, especially the Rubber Duck Party one. That one is always going to last at least 4 to 5 minutes. But Smash the Stars, there are 2 teams of 4. 7 lives or 8 lives in total with the star. I have completed that mode in less than 2 minutes almost every single time. People are getting destroyed left and right. These modes are so fast. And whether you might think that's a good thing, I'll get as to why that annoys me. The other side, let's talk about the single player mode. I said every single character has 3 missions. That's not bad. That means that you have 6 characters. The unlockable and the season pass don't have missions, so it's just the main 6. They each have 3 missions. And you might be thinking, oh, that's pretty cool. There's a lot of single content. They are all exactly the same, and none of them are enjoyable. The goal, I get it. I understand the idea of the single player content is a way for you to learn the mechanics of the playable character so that you can go and get better and go into the multiplayer mode and feel more comfortable with their abilities. The problem with the single player content is that every single character has 3 missions. Each mission is the exact same. It's waves of enemies and they're teaching you the controls. Fine. Don't do it for 3 missions in a row with the same character and then do the same thing with all the other. Change it up a little bit, especially because the wave-based is not any of the game modes that are multiplayer. There is the squad that is wave-based, but the single player helps you defeat these characters, like these AIs, that don't help you with the multiplayer, first of all. The other thing, too, the story's lame. There's no, like, fun story here. And, I have so much to say about the single player mode. Let me calm down here a little bit. The waves. Each mission, right? 3 characters, 3 missions per character, is to teach you how to use your main weapon, your 2 abilities, and your ultimate. They give you 10 waves of enemies to teach you 1 ability. Then the next mission is another 10 waves to teach you another ability, and then another 10 waves to teach you your ultimate. I got and understood the abilities within wave 1. By the second wave, I'm like, I don't want to be doing this anymore. Why are there 9 more waves? This is ridiculous as to how repetitive and tedious the single player content is. I understand it's supposed to help you understand the character, that it just made me not want to play. Once I finished the first 2 characters, my reaction was, I don't want to learn the other 4 because I know what I'm going to go through. I still did it, and I hated every single minute because they didn't have to make it that long. They can cut this by 80% and it would work. The squad missions, the 4-player squad missions, they're fun. It's 10 waves, 4 players, and you're all trying to survive the waves. My problem is it's unbalanced. The normal squad mode is too easy. We cleared it with an S+ rank. Our base never got hit, no problem at all. The hard one, I can barely get through wave 2. There's a giant gap there between being able to complete normal way too easily and the hard one is impossible. The idea is that because in the single player mode and in the squad mode, you're getting these points that you can use to upgrade all of your characters. They all have like a shared thing where you can upgrade your base damage, your respawn time, and all that for that mode so that you can try and attempt the hard mode. The problem is the single player content gets very tedious very quickly, and they don't give you enough points to max out all of your things. And then the normal squad mode missions are too easy that you're not going to want to do it more than 3 times or 4 times. So by that time, I've done the squad missions 4 times, and I've did every single player content. I don't have enough points to fully upgrade, which means I'm still not good enough to do the squad on hard mode. And even if I was maxed out, it doesn't mean my other 3 teammates that are in it are also maxed out. And I know someone's gonna be like, well, play with your friends. None of my friends wanted to play this game. I got 3 people to play 2 games with me, and they were all like, I'm out. And I'll get as to why they backed out, because I'm not there yet. But I'm just going through as much as I can. The squad missions on hard were way too difficult. The characters are great. I actually liked all the characters, all their modes, their moves and all that were all fantastic. So I got nothing to say about the characters. Like I said, super enjoyable. Art style, pretty cool. The music, you guys can probably hear right now. I like the music. I like the vibe of it all. I like the theme of Foamstars being a party. All the characters are having fun. They talk about how this is not a competitive thing. This is just a party and it's all for fun. All those things are great. But let's talk about one of the biggest things that bothered me with this. The load times, the lobby, the everything that is outside of the gameplay is not great. And it just becomes worse the more time you spend with this game. I hate being so negative. I'm trying to make this fun while I'm at it. The lobby is... look, I get it. They wanted to do a lobby that lets you walk around. It is way too huge. You spawn, to your left, there's a shop, and I'll get to the shop in a second. To the right, you have the customizations, which I will also talk about very soon. Then you gotta walk up the stairs and go all the way to one side to talk to one robot about potentially opening up a menu, or you could just hit the touchpad, so it saves you time, but why is it there? But if you wanted to just use the lobby, if you wanted to be dynamic and never hit the pause button to go into selecting your things, and you were like, I'm gonna do it in the lobby, it takes like 30 seconds to walk your character all the way to where you can search for a game. That is ridiculous. They did not need to make this a long path to get to the damn helicopter to start searching for a game. And I know you can just hit the touchpad and it's all right there. So what's the point of the lobby being so huge when I can hit the button, just tighten it all together? Then the load times themselves. Every single time I'm not talking about wait time. Wait time is obviously out of their control. If you're searching for a game and no one else is playing the game, of course it's going to take 2 to 3 minutes to find a game. That's a problem of player base. I'm not talking about that. That is just something that every multiplayer game, unfortunately, I wish it wasn't day one like this, but every multiplayer game goes through that at some point. Wait times for a game. My problem is hitting the circle button to interact with the customization, and then you think your game crashed because it takes so long before the menus pop up. And then you press circle to back out, and then you again think, did I crash my game? Because that's how long it takes to move from menu to menu. It is insane how long it takes. And mixed up how long it takes each loading, how long it takes in the lobby and the wait time with how fast each game is. You are spending so much more time in the lobby or in the menus than you are actually playing the game. It takes 2 minutes each game. You're done and they send you back into the lobby. Oh, and this is another thing that annoys me. It doesn't queue you up again. Every time you finish a game, it sends you right back to the menu and you're in the menu. You have to go through everything again to search for another game. Hit the pause button or walk all the way to the helicopter again, search a game, wait. They do not re-queue you to look for another match immediately. So we are in 2024. Like, if I'm in Smash the Stars mode and I finish a game, just queue me up for another one. And if I decide to back out, I'll press the circle button. Don't force me back to the lobby and force me to go through all your menus again to search for another game. It is unbelievable that in the span of 20 minutes, you'll play 3 games of less than 2 minutes, and every other time spent is in the lobby waiting to search for a game or just trying to get to the menu to be able to search for the game. Oh, God. Another problem with this game. Right now, the game is free through PlayStation Plus, but it is a purchasable game. I think it's going to be $30 after this month. So if you have PS Plus, download it now. Don't ever buy this for $30. But once you bought it, everything in this game, cosmetics, customization, you have to also buy. There's no in-game currency. So some people might like that, some people might hate that. I'm not a fan of no in-game currency because that means it's all straight money. You look at the shop, if you like a character, you have 3 options. Number 1, buy the season pass so that as you play through, you will unlock skins for the characters you like. That's option number 1. Option number 2 is spend direct cash on new skins for the characters. That's it. Those are the 2 purchasable things. And now you might be thinking, well, what about free skins? Are there anything for free? There is 2 free skins for each character at the moment. The first one, you need to play your character 333 times to unlock a silver skin of your character. And if you want the gold skin of a character, you need to play that character 777 times. Do you realize how many times you gotta go back to the menu, back into the game, and always choose the same character? And on top of that, when you're in the game, each of your teammates, only one person can play each character at a time. And you can't swap characters mid-game, but that's not a big deal. Just mentioning that as well before I forget. If I was trying to get Ajito, I think that's his name, Ajito, if I was trying to get him to play 333 times, not only do I have to select him every single time, I gotta hope my teammates don't select him before I do so that I can get the 333 times. What the heck? This is wild. I can't believe it. Also, the trophy sucks. There's no platinum trophy in this. Like, if you're a trophy hunter like me, you're gonna power through these trophies within a weekend. So if you want to get the trophies and get another easy completion, go for it. But there's no platinum trophy. Fuck me. God, I'm looking at my notes. What else is there to say about this? I hate being so negative. But man, this was... I've never been so mixed of... Every time I'm in the game, I'm having a blast. I'm not joking when I say the game modes themselves are actually really cool. I love the stars thing. I love the rubber duck mode. I love the 2v2. Every mode is fun. Every gameplay is fast paced. It is smooth to play. Shooting your guns, all the characters, all the abilities. I enjoyed all of it. But there's no point in going through every single tedious menu. The amount of time that I lose waiting for the games, the annoying free-to-play model that they went with, where it's free to download, but not even, it's only this month. Then you just got to spend $30 for the game and then spend more money every single time if you just like one skin or you want the season pass. They have a plan where I think they announced already a roadmap for 5 or 6 seasons already. So it looks like they have a long-term plan. I really hope they turn it around. But my concern is that this is starting off on a bad run, and I don't know if everyone's gonna stick around for the end. I know I'm not going to. Oh man, thank you guys for watching up to this point, my review. If you guys are still watching, obviously comment what you think of the game and all of that, and subscribe for more reviews. Man, we got Helldivers later this week. We've got so many good games that came out this month, this past year, that this is definitely not one that you're going to go out of your way to play. Play anything else. Pal World is also free. There's a bunch of things that you can play that is not Foamstars at the moment, which is unfortunate. I don't like being negative, but I needed to vent. I need to get it all out. But here we are. The good news in all this is that it's still better than Baldur's Gate 3.